Clash of Clans Clash of Clans podcast, episode 43. And we're back with the Clash of Clans of the fans of the stands. I'm your pal, Biggity Boneyard. I'm here with my pal, Scotty. Hey, Scotty.
Hey, Boneyard.
And we're here with the ever beautiful Lady B. Hey, Lady B.
Hello.
All right.
How's it going?
And we're here at the Clash of Clans studios, WBSMT radio, talking all things Clash.
Yeah, waiting for Boaz to call in here.
Boaz is going to join us in a little bit. We figured we'd get started because we always start talking about Clash before we start.
Yeah, save it for the episode.
So just continue the conversation we were just having.
And it's kind of been, I guess it's been a couple weeks.
On record.
Since we recorded, we kind of we did a double episode and really kind of got into the war thing because it was kind of overwhelming at first and
heavy war tactics.
Big learning curve. And it just keeps getting more interesting. And so the other day I called Boneyard. We were talking about when we were going to record, and it was basically, we got to save it for the podcast. So
we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about today.
So this episode is going to ramble for a while. And, we got Boaz in there, and we could get into rambling too.
Saddle up.
So right now, war, we are up against the Nambach Bros.
That is
NAM-BAC Bros.
We got Boaz.
They're killing us. Let's get Boaz up on the show here.
Hey, yo, Boaz. Welcome to the show.
Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh, wait. No, not yet. I got to get Boaz on there.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I see. That's the thing. We might as well discuss talking about it.
So Boaz is joining us now.
We're not recording.
Yeah, we're recording.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're recording on Skype.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hi, Boaz.
Hey,
how's it going?
Good.
What's up, dude?
How are things, Boaz? How is
everything's going pretty well in the world of the True Sons.
It is, huh?
Yes.
How's the wars going?
The wars are going pretty great. We
way to brag.
Just finished our 17th war.
Wow.
Jesus.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, we finally got matched up with another clan of ghosters. So
you did,
we lost our second war. We are now 15-2 with an asterisk, next to both of the
Really? You guys are
losses.
15-2.
We are
God
15-2.
damn.
That's crazy.
Basically 15-0. Except this last war we might have lost anyway, even if they weren't ghosting, because they were the first clan that used basically every attack, and they and we did really, really badly. So
let's
we'll
recap.
never know.
So Lady Boneyard wasn't here the last time when we recorded. We talked about the ghosting. It's a glitch in the software.
I explained it to her the other day. Yeah, so you can keep attacking the same account every time. And the fans heard it on the last thing. Super gay or super lame, and it was really just a terrible move. So we really badmouthed the people that were ghosting Boaz's gang, and apparently they stopped. Did you hear that, Boaz? Scotty told me that.
No, I thought they had. So I actually talked to them on GroupMe. One of them. So here's the story. We were in I was in Global, and there was someone from Reddit Dusk, the clan, and there was a random guy who was bashing them. Some guy that I had never heard of, I didn't know, who was a fan of the podcast.
That's so rad!
So shout out to Emmanuel with an I.
Oh, yes. Total shout out to Emmanuel. Fan in the stands right there.
Fan in the stands.
Thanks, dude.
Going viral. So yeah, he was ripping on the person from Reddit Dusk, and so that was how they then heard about the podcast, and so a bunch of them listened to it, and one of them came to our clan to try to talk and defend themselves and stuff, and I really wanted to talk to them so I could kind of interview them for the podcast, but my clanmates were pretty pissed, so they kind of just bitched her out and booted her out of the clan. But I went over to their clan. No, I went on Reddit and went to their message board and said I wanted to talk to some of them. And so then they got in touch with me on GroupMe, and from what she had said in our clan, I had inferred that they had stopped ghosting as a result of being labeled as this ghosting clan, and I guess multiple people saw them in global and called them out after hearing the podcast.
Oh,
Nice.
That's so rad.
Right on.
Yeah.
Power to the fans. I love you out there. I mean, that's just awesome.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to ask, what does GroupMe?
It's an app for chatting.
For social networking.
Yeah.
it's like Kick or something. It's like
Didn't know what that is. Yeah.
chat.
It's like Line
room.
too. Yeah, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
It's just
cool.
it's just a.
So you got
Very
ghosted
convenient.
again. You lost your
Okay.
second war.
Yeah, well, no. So I was talking to these people, and I thought, and I was like, wanted to interview them and stuff, and they're like, no, actually, we don't have a policy against ghosting, and their rationale that they kept saying is that, oh, it's too hard to enforce, and I was like,
it's not.
It's pretty easy to enforce for us. All we did after we had that terrible war with them is we said we don't ghost. Anyone who ghosts will get kicked out of the clan. Basically, like, we're not crazy. We'd give them some warnings and stuff. We wouldn't.
Sure.
But after that, no one ever did it. It's pretty easy to enforce. You can see if someone does it. You can call them out and be like, "Hey, don't do that." And if they keep doing it, then you get rid
then
of
you're
them.
done.
So
Right. Simple.
yeah. So they were like, "Oh no, it's so difficult to enforce and blah blah blah."
And you guys, the True Sons is you guys have all been together for a while. It's a bit of a family thing. The Minnesota Knights, same thing. We've all been, out of the 48 guys, probably 30 of them have been in this clan for a year.
Yeah.
And most people, it's like 5 other people in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know like 20 people in real life. All the gang from Duluth.
Yeah.
Or
You
some
don't
of
have to
them,
beat
anyway.
them up.
Well, you don't have to beat them up and kick them out. Yeah.
And I've actually been ghosting, and by ghosting I mean my troops getting the shit
Killed.
kicked out.
Yeah. We have been we're getting smoked in this one. I don't know how many we've been in. We've won 7 so far.
Yeah.
I think we probably
10.
lost 10. Yeah, I think we lost 3.
Yeah.
It went one in the other for a little while, and then we lost one a while back that was it was close.
Right.
And then we did a couple that where we sneaked through. Scotty, we the last one we lost, Scotty was at Spider-Man. And
Yeah, I went to see Spider-Man
we
too.
lost by 5 stars. And
Damn it, Scotty.
I didn't get any stars for us because I actually went for higher up guys, like I was pushing this time.
I think the most I would have got was 2.
Well,
stars.
2, and I probably could have got at least 2.
Yeah.
Had I gone for lower end guys and just because there was still open 2 stars and 3 stars that I was like, nah, I'll go for the higher up shit.
And you did find out that it does count towards your stars. If
Yeah, Boaz, we talked about that the last time.
Yeah, I found
Definitely
that out right
does.
afterwards, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh crap!" I just in front of everyone was like, "No, I'm sure." But
I think
yeah,
that's
so
a
you're
horrible. I think that's horrible though. I think it should be by the number of stars you get above whatever. I think they didn't think about that.
No, that's right. You earned 3 stars. I mean,
Yeah.
you got.
But if somebody already took the 2 stars,
No. It's not so much the star itself. It's you 3-starred that base. You get 3 stars.
yeah,
And-
okay. I
know what I
didn't
mean?
think about it that
Yeah.
way. Yeah,
You defeated that. You crushed them. You get 3 stars.
right.
If somebody
And
else already
there's-
crushed them.
But I
you
think
don't
the
get
way
it.
the war achievement is set up and everything that it doesn't work that well that way. Because if you're getting because it says earn however many stars for your clan and war.
But it would promote that, like, there's pros and cons to everything. Because if that were the case, then people would try to attack early and 3-star the low bases and like get their 3 stars in or whatever. And so people would, exploit it either way. And it's neither way you do it is completely representative of how you contribute to the clan.
Yeah.
But I think the way it is
Yeah.
probably more
No,
representative.
it works good because this is what it says as far as your achievements go. It says score 150 stars for your clan in clan war battles.
See, that's
You're right.
what I mean.
You're right. You're not actually getting those extra 2 or whatever.
Yeah, towards that
They
achievement.
get, but it's just the same as if you said score 150 stars in clan war battles
Well, actually,
instead of for your clan.
Yeah.
it's one or the other. It's almost the same.
The new update is actually going to have advanced war statistics, and so I bet
shit.
I bet it's going to have
Oh no, that's
both
excellent.
of those. it's probably gonna have, the amount of stars you've gained, and then also the amount of stars that you've earned for your clan. So it's probably gonna break it down in a lot of different ways.
I want to see the breakdown for, like, we should have a score, like a clan average. The whole algorithm, whatever they use to match up. Mm-hmm. I want to know what that is. I want to have something where I can know that number, so that we can.
We're 6.
So that we can add and subtract, like low level town halls and high level to move that number up and down and find a balance.
Which is why I think they don't want to give it to you, because they don't want people to,
exploit it,
manipulate their clans to,
like
exploit
Boneyard.
it. And
Boneyard's plan went into effect almost this week, because I started my second account, anonymous account, and so
the name of his second account is not published yet.
Yeah.
Although there is a clue. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. So I started my second account this week, and Boneyard says, and I texted him, said, started my second account, and he said, call me second account
ASAP.
Yeah. And I'm going, what is Boneyard putting in a text message? I mean, this is like
a clan chat.
Yeah, this was like,
call me RE that account, your second account ASAP in caps.
Yeah, it's
That's
like
the only thing I think I saw all week.
This is like an official memo from the Pentagon of Boneyard. It's coming out.
That's about the only thing that's super important.
Yeah,
Boneyard.
and I'm like, oh, that's.
Clash of Clans and pretzels.
He said, don't do anything. Don't.
I think he wanted to make another 2-person clan with you, so it just could be the two of you for another 4 months or something, with his alternate account and your alternate account.
I would love to read the clan chat on there.
Yeah. Hey.
This is my alter ego talking to your alter ego.
That was us the first month. Yeah. Just
hey.
Yeah, and I'm waiting forever for.
What do you think you got to do? How high you got to go here? Because they're all
why did we talk super Minnesotan back then when we were alone in our camp?
What is the? Hey, what's the dark elixir all about? Well, that was way before
the lower
dark
your
elixir.
town hall level is, the more Minnesota your accent becomes.
I think you got a little.
So I started the second account. Boneyard said to me, "Don't do anything. Don't upgrade anything. Get your clan castle so you can join." And
here was my whole thing. I was like, okay, start a second account,
and it was
and upgrade nothing other than your town hall so that you can get your clan castle, and so that you're
afraid I'd be like Town Hall 9 before you get home.
Rush right up to it. But I mean, no walls. No anything. No, don't buy anything. So you have your score, your average. Basically, think about everybody's average as how much golden elixir they spent over the life of their town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because that's basically how you measure your levels. So don't do any of it. And then you join the clan, and it would bring our average down so much that if you did that with maybe 2, let's say 2, that. I mean, how many of those would you have to add before you wouldn't even have to fight any Town Hall 10s?
Well, I don't think you should put too much effort into it, because I think most likely the only ones that are involved are the ones that are in the war. Unless you mean you would want Scotty to be in the war.
Yeah, that's what it would have to be. That it would have to be.
Well, no, and I said
there's two.
And I said, do you think it goes into the average? Like if we had 48 and only 45 went,
I don't think so.
I wonder if 48, 47, 46 get figured in.
No, I doubt it.
I said no too. It's the 45 that are in it. That's the average.
So you'd have to have.
So you'd have let's say 2 of them. Let's say both of our second accounts, because I'm getting one.
They're Town Hall 3 or something.
Yeah, right. It's as low as it could possibly be. There's not even any defenses bought. You have your level 1 cannon that you have to buy. 1 barrack, 1 army camp, and that's it.
I hate that they force you to buy that stuff.
Well,
seems like a Nazi or something.
You know what? You check in every day just to clear the crops.
No, I wouldn't even. I would just let it grow way over thing, but I would look at it all the time. I'd move stuff around.
So one day you'd go in and be gone, and you'd be
every day
just didn't do anything.
Every day it would be wiped out, But it would be. But okay, so
I just want something to look at.
But what would
throughout the day?
I have to collect my one gold collector. That's all I would have. I wouldn't even have elixir because I don't want anything. I don't even want
force you to get an elixir pump.
Okay, well then I'll just get those two. And just that little teeny tiny little.
See how long you can stay at 0.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm never going over 100. I trophies dropped on me and stuff. I'll get shot way up. But so if I bring 2 of those guys into a, let's just say it's 50 guys and you're number 48 or 49 or 50, would it drop your average that far? I mean, to bring it down so you fight an easier clan,
right?
I think that would happen, and I really think that is kind of a shitty way. I mean, it's kind of shitty when you think about ghosting, and it's not really sportsmanlike. But it would be fun to do because you wouldn't leave your second account down there.
You could seed your clan to make it the most effective.
Right.
It's like constructing an army
as
you're talking about wars.
As soon as our middle guy in Minnesota Nice, as soon as our middle guys,
if everybody was a Town Hall 10, it'd be like hell on earth.
Yeah, right. As soon as our middle guys and lower guys become higher guys and middle guys, as soon as you start putting in those, you start bringing in real low level dudes to knock that average down.
Well, when they calculate like the clan trophy score, they weight it based on the top. So like the top 10 people count for 50% of the equation, and then the top the next 25 count as
it was like the
30% for the, and so they make it so that the lower level people in the clan have very little effect on like the trophy score. So they might do the same thing for clan wars. They might weight it so that like you can't, your riffraff at the bottom of your clan doesn't.
So the best way to do it would be to hit a spot where you could defend and not upgrade your camp. If you were all about the wars, you'd be a Town Hall 10 that had just this, and you didn't get stronger because you'd want to play against.
No, yeah, and that's kind of.
But now it's at the point where it's strategy because
why would you do that?
You
got to add that strategy.
I've got almost all max everything. Almost. I've got the lightning, and I have the.
Are you talking about it for elixir?
Yeah.
Like you're almost.
No, I've got lightning to do the final level. I've got the jumps. No, the free spell to the final level. The P.E.K.K.A. to upgrade. And
yeah, why bother with that?
Yeah. And so I've got that to upgrade, and then I've just got one more level or 2 more levels on my my golem, and everything's max. So right now I've almost got this. I have almost every tool available to me. I've got maxed army camps. I've got. Everything is maxed.
You have no longer.
I have no excuse.
You have no longer have a use for elixir.
Once
making stuff.
Once my spells are upgraded, but since I'm working on the golems, it's like, I spent on the last war. I went in and probably put in 15 dragon. No, maybe not that many. Like 10 dragons, 8 dragons, and just wizards, and just putting just stuff like that all over, because there's nothing I'm saving my elixir for.
Right on. I am to a lesser degree also in that boat. I was doing my army camps to max, and I remember having enough to either go, right when the war started, like, should I upgrade? Should I research my wizards to max so that I can donate them, or should I go for the army camps? And you were like, no, do your army camps. You have 5 more. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, fuck everybody else, because we were talking about, I'm going to make you donate them to me a bunch of times by waiting forever.
Yeah,
which is what we're doing, which is fine, really. I did 3 of my army camps before I was like, I got to do these wizards.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got 1 left. I'm like, no. And so I only have like 4 days left until my wizards are maxed. And I'm only going to use them for, I only did that so I can donate them.
Right.
I really don't use them.
Well, that was, and probably that advice came when it was the beginning of Clan Wars. And
we didn't know that witches, wizards, and golems were the fucking awesomest shit ever.
Mm-hmm. Right.
For your clan castles.
And I think the big determining factor, the biggest factor with the troops that we've taken in are those damn clan castles.
Yeah.
And we're in this war right now, and they have.
Well, anyway, let me finish real quick. So I did my wizards. I only have 4 days left, and now I've started my 4th army camp.
Okay.
Now the only thing I have left to upgrade with elixir is troops. Okay. So I'm at the point where it's just troops. I got a lot of different troops to still upgrade. Basically almost everything. Only a few things are maxed out.
Yeah, because you're new Town Hall 10, so you've got.
And I just didn't bother with a lot of the stuff. I was, I got everything else done. But
has your spell factory been going constantly?
No, it was dead for a while. I was saving and doing. I was doing my pumps until the boost. That was a while ago.
Oh yeah.
I was doing my dark elixir. During that, I didn't get a lot of dark. I didn't get it. You know what I mean? But then I got everything else going. After the wizards, I'm going to get my witches to level 2, max those out, so that I can donate them, and probably start using them because they're freaking awesome. And that's it. Like after that, I'm pretty good. It's all about gold, all about defenses.
Yeah,
and that is, I got a long way to go. I'm down there.
That's where I'm at. I'm going. I got my last wizard tower going to max. Got my mortars maxed. I'm going to work on my expos now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Get them up there. Inferno towers, or are they?
And then I'll start. They're maxed.
Yeah.
Everything is maxed except, and then I'll start with my walls.
Yeah. Start on the walls.
And then I'll do my cannons and archer towers probably after that.
So bring on Town Hall 11 for Scotty.
Yeah. I mean, it's getting to that point. It's kind of weird.
What do you think it'll look like? Is it going to be made of ice?
I think it's going to be electric, I think, but I don't know.
Or they haven't announced it.
No.
Okay.
No.
I was like, whoa.
Well, yeah, I guess the 10 is lava, and it would be the electric blue. And
don't you think there would have to be new troops or something to go?
Coming soon?
Well, here's the
saying that for fucking ever, man.
Well,
where's those dark troops, bro?
Think about the clan wars right now and how hard it is to go up against the top level people. And I don't. Can you 3-star somebody that super high like that?
Doesn't happen.
What do you think, Boaz?
I've never seen it. Like I haven't seen anyone 3-star
from this guy. Who gets 3-starred? Town Hall 9s never, or Town Hall 10s never.
Right.
I mean, I've 3-starred a lot of Town Hall 10s that were rushers, but I've like a real solid someone who's been Town Hall 10 for a while. I've never seen even
Infernos.
Yeah, with the high level Infernos and every good walls and everything. I've never seen even like the really like the top attackers in my clan. I've never seen anyone 3-star them. And same with the really solid Town Hall 10s in my clan. I've never seen the opponents 3-star them either. So 2 stars is definitely a big victory against those top guys.
Yeah. I could say like the top 5 or 6 guys in our clan collectively in all the 10 wars we've done haven't seen more than 4 stars.
Yeah.
Like people just don't attack them. They don't bother.
No. And especially since I got my Infernos upgraded and I moved them. I moved them to the different corners so that they're inside now. I've taken out a couple divots in my to put an extra layer. But ever since I moved my Infernos inside, it's like people just don't
even bother.
Yeah. And then I moved my clan kit. I've
only been attacked twice in Clan Wars.
So in the war we're in right now, here's what they have figured out. And I looked at them and I thought, God, all these bases look pretty tough. The top 9s, and what they did is they really maximized that clan castle. So you have to get in and draw those damn wizards out. And is that frustrating?
Yeah, the non-Bach brothers, most of them. Some of them have their town halls just sitting outside. They just have their clan castle right in the middle, and then a wall that surrounds the ring of your your range of your clan castle. There's a wall that's bigger than that.
Yeah,
and then everything's inside.
Yeah,
and so there's no way to you got to send in a hog
and enough hogs, because if you only send in 1 or 2 hogs, only the first 15 or 10 archers come out.
You got to send it in all over. Yeah, right.
Yeah, and then you have to get enough.
You're like,
hogs
I killed all those with my lightning and my queen, or whatever. And then you go in and
all of a sudden,
where did these fucking wizards come from?
The wizards are the hog killers too. I mean, if you send in a hog army and the wizards come out, you're screwed.
Well, think if you could shoot magical bolts and there was a bunch of guys riding pigs around you in a circle, you just shoot at them from behind a wall, and they just
a little splash damage.
Follow them around, like right behind them, shooting those fucking bolts of lightning right up their asses. God.
Yeah, you can't outrun them.
Oh, it's such a bitch too. Yeah.
You
can't even outrun the king.
Have you guys been seeing them doing the anti-hog bases too, where they have like the second ring have no defenses in it?
Yes,
so
I saw one of those today.
Oh, the clan that we just went against, they had like half of them had the exact same base design.
That
which
was what's happening, or similar, very similar.
Yeah, well, it was almost the same, and it had the clan castle in the middle, really, really hard to lure. Then it had the ring of non-defenses. And I was watching our people, and we really screwed up our attacks in this one. But it's like we always use hogs. It seems to be the most effective thing. Sometimes we'll use balloons and stuff.
Well, it's about speed.
Well, it's like everyone forgot how to attack with anything except hogs, because it was like these are clearly anti-hog bases. You can't use hogs against them. A few people went in. They failed miserably, and so it's like we should have looked at the replays and been like, okay, we're not going to do that. But people just kept going in with hogs because it's been so long since most of the people have attacked with anything else,
right?
And so someone went in with like go wipe, and they just got like 70% against one of these bases because it's made just to go against hogs, and it's tough with balloons too, just because they seek defenses, so it keeps anything that seeks defenses out of the middle because it has the ring of non-defenses there.
Make them walk all the way around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And so someone at like towards the end, they had a perfect attack against one of these bases, but everyone had already used their attacks doing these like completely futile hog attacks against these bases, and so it's like okay,
5 hogs at a time.
Yeah.
5 hogs per spring trap go flying in the air.
Oh my god,
that's what happened to me this time.
And that's what's happened in the past is where you get the, even if you can get the hogs in there, then you don't have enough troops left over to take it. Because
my last attack, I used everything to kill those. Well, it was against this guy.
This is funny because we both both attacked this guy.
I attacked this guy, and I'm like, I got a plan. I'm going to go for it. I drew out their clan castle by sending in a couple of hogs and then kind of letting my king and queen beat up the corner. The king's got 20 barbs with him, and then I got 20 minions to drop on his king and queen, so they'll go in and take them out. Made that happen. There was a big battle up in the corner between kings and queens and clash, between both castles, and a lightning spell to zap all that shit. That happened.
Well, after you drew it took a few hogs for the.
It took a few hogs to get those guys to all come out, and troops to get in there, and they all went over there.
2 witches, I think, and a wizard or 2.
Yeah,
and archers.
Got them out there. Dropped all my hogs on the other side of the base, and then it was like, okay, I got some heal spells. My guys what left over are beating up that corner, and they ended up dying. And I ended up keeping all my hogs alive. Well, I ended up keeping hogs alive until the very end. They got all the defenses, and there were fucking 4 hogs left.
Yeah.
That's it. So I'm like, oh, great. All the spring traps are gone.
And it was watching the replay was like watching slow motion.
And it was like 45 seconds left. And I'm like, oh, what? Like, I did this perfectly, but I need another minute and a half now. Just for these 4 hogs. And they wouldn't even stay together. They would split up, like, you guys, go right to the middle and get that town hall. Come on.
Yeah. Well, and so I attacked because I watched Boneyard's replay. And this was lower in the clan, too.
Yeah,
and I saw Boneyard, didn't get anything, but or 1 star, right? You got 1 star it because you must have got 50. Okay, so I went in and where the guy put the spring traps, they got a couple of your hogs early on. So but I dropped my hogs in the same place, and I took in like 30 or so.
I had 32,
and I had wizards, a couple wizards. I had a couple Valkyries, my king, my queen, and like 30 archers, and I drew them out. I sent it in, got everything coming out, and then I ended up dropping a heal spell and the Valkyries because I ran out of archers and barbs. And so once I put the heal spell, then and then the archers, those things went to work. My hogs went, and I knew kind of where things were, and they fell like some of yours did. Yeah. And I knew that, and I knew I could count on it, and I knew that there were the springs that they would hit last, and I knew that things weren't going to get hit with springs like they're going to town, the king's going, I'm watching the clock, and it's getting down there. My 2 hogs jump over, right about to start hammering on the last pump, and clock runs out 99%.
Oh.
Yeah.
With 2 hogs or 3 hogs sitting right at that pump, just ready to smash it. And I'm like, oh, son of a
2 more
bitch.
seconds, you would have got it.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Oh, so that was a horrible war today.
Yeah, I've had a couple like that where I got like a 49% and they were like 1 hit away from the town hall, so I get like a 0 star instead of a 2 star if it had been 10th of a second later. Or I saw a couple people got like a 98% and got 1 star because it was just the town hall left that was right in the middle.
Oh.
And it's
I got I think it was a 1 star. I got the town hall and like 49% of the base, or 47. It was one of the 2. That was my earlier war today, and I just was like, I'm an epic failure because the strategy stuff with the war is tough, and going up against the bases. I've been practicing.
It's evolving a lot too. Like everyone's learning the armies that other people use and are adapting their bases to
and you have to practice.
Our first couple of battles were like, oh, there's a dragon in there. Oh, I better get the dragon. And then it was, oh, wait, this guy has wizards and witches. Like, oh, that's good. And then that's all you see. That is all you see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is tons of archers and wizards, people with range on the ground.
Yeah.
And they nail you.
And it's just, and you have to practice. So like I've been doing some witches and taking things in. Because when I get to the battles, I'll go up against people that
I'm not practicing against those hard guys. I'm fighting guys down in the 1600s all day. I'm just down here farming for $100 grand gold at a time.
See, and I'll go up against Inferno Towers sometimes, just because I want to try out an army.
I have 1,764.
It's not helping.
Trophies right now. That's too many, probably.
No idea what I have. 1622.
You got me beer?
Mm-hmm.
And you have how many?
1764.
No, thank you.
1764, and that's up because I moved my town hall inside for a while. I just left it in since yesterday because when the war started, I just moved everything back and spent down all my gold.
So where are you sitting at, Boaz?
I'm in gold 1 also right now, like maybe around 1800 or so. I was moving up because I wanted to, like, we're going to be doing a push fairly soon. And so I wanted to kind of go up and start, kind of slowly moving up and stuff and go against tougher bases to practice for clan wars and stuff. And so I get up into like Crystal 2, and suddenly the loot, at least for me, really became scarce. Like I was having to hit next way too many times. And so I just decided to drop back down into gold 1 for my farming. And I was like, fuck it. When I push, I'll go up there, but I don't want to, be struggling for loot. But I mean, it might be like everyone seems to have a different, zone that they like. I've had a lot of people
I'm at
in that range. Yeah. How are you liking it up there?
I like it. I've been hitting a bunch of dark elixir.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I've been going for gold mostly. So that was
and it's not hard to find a 200K gold. I don't know.
I like the.
It seems
the
like the
thing
payoffs
is,
can be a lot better, and then I get that bonus too.
Yeah, that's a good point. The bonus, but I want to get ones that it's really easy to get the gold. Like there's abandoned base with full mines and stuff like that. And so if I have to actually work to get to the gold, like if it's in the middle and stuff, and use a whole army and all my spells and
everybody likes to get
heroes
free bonus level. Pumps and mine action.
Well, exactly.
It's all about where it is. Like, where do people not play often? They're not going to be up in the 2200s. They're not going to be playing all the time to get those trophies.
Exactly.
Where are people's levels where they don't, don't
But
play
I like
much?
sending in my hogs. I like pushing my limits a little bit. Mm-hmm. I mean, not that I do. It's not that I. I'm probably a moron because I'm doing all this practicing and it's not helping one bit.
Well, that is good for war. Like, I'm just about being efficient when I'm farming. So, like, to get the maximum amount, like, per hour or whatever, and so I try to use as few spells and troops to get as many, resources and everything. And so that's why it's not as good for me up in Crystal, because it's like I actually have to go for people who have, logged on in the last 5 days or whatever. And,
what are you getting for Dark Elixir down there?
Not too much. I mean, once in a while there'll be, I'll get a couple thousand from some drills or I'll do a blitz for the storage and get a couple thousand, but it's not too much. And I really should start going for that more because I'm close to maxing Town Hall 9, but I want to work on the walls for a while before moving up. And so that's why I've been going for
Where are your
gold.
walls at now?
I have about 30 purple walls left. Everything else is skulls. So
shit! Okay. Well,
see,
you're way up there. I'm not all black yet either.
Yeah,
you
are, right?
No,
you're not.
No,
huh?
I threw a couple mil in, and I'll try to do a couple here and there, but I think my Infernos did more to deter people.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm at 10, so it's like there's not.
And with hogs, the walls aren't nearly as important, and with balloons and stuff. But I mean, a lot of the guys in my clan, they had all skulls before they left Town Hall 8 and stuff. So
Holy
it's like
crap.
The people that I'm with have a lot of everyone pretty much has all skulls, and then there's people who have the Legos.
It's kind of like a patch.
What?
It's kind of like a patch.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, it's our. Well, it used to be our thing was, man, True Sons have purple walls, and now it's now I realize that was quite a while ago because now no one has any purple walls anymore in our clan. So, but it's probably not necessarily the best use of resources, but they look cool. So
yeah, they do, and I want them, but I'm just like with my.
That's another thing that's going to start.
Like those expos.
I don't.
Would be.
You want to keep your purple walls?
Well, yeah, because I just upgraded.
You could do stripes. Like
also, if you're a girl, then the purple and pink walls are probably cool. You don't want skulls anyway, because they're evil.
Okay, here's when you can laugh at me. I just upgraded my hair so that I could upgrade my walls. So I went from blonde and pink hair to
blonde and
gold and purple and pink hair.
So you're also coordinating it with the hair of your archers too, it sounds like.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So I don't want black hair.
You could just dye your eyebrows black.
Me neither.
Ew.
Yeah, that's terrible. That's a terrible idea. I don't want you with black hair either.
Okay, so we're just going to not upgrade. Because then after that, it's a gray.
Oh, God, no.
Electric blue. You could go with the electric.
And my hair probably will be gray by the time I have all gray walls. So
yeah,
that'll be
crazy?
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I suppose coming to a point where it's, you start to max out. Because once you get to Town Hall 10, it's only been 4 months for me since Town Hall 10, or a little over, or I guess 5 months. Almost 6 months.
I have no idea.
And
this game happens out of time.
It does. It's I
can say, this is going to take such and such a time until it's done. But once it's done, I'll never remember when I thought of that. Like, I've just been playing this game since forever. And,
time immemorial.
Yeah, it's just it's always existed.
I have a tip actually for anyone out there who's curious about when they started, because I know for me, like I knew it was within maybe like a 3-month range or something of around when I started. But if you go into your Game Center account and look at your achievements and look at the date you received your first achievement, that'll be within like a day or two of when you started playing. So you can find out what your anniversary date is by doing
Thanksgiving of 2012.
No, you were playing before that.
Thanksgiving?
No, you.
I probably started listening to the pod. Oh no, I wasn't playing Thanksgiving.
I started at the end of September, and you started like right at the beginning of October, like 1 week later.
Oh, okay. So like a month before what I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
So Halloween of 2012.
No, a month before that.
So
it was like the 1st of October.
September of 2012.
Actually,
I can't believe you don't remember your anniversary, Boneyard.
You can actually resolve this argument by looking at Boneyard's Game Center.
All right, I'm going to do it.
Really, why would we do that? Because we could just argue about it for the next
That's true.
45 minutes.
No, I'm right. You're wrong, and I'm right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to argue. I'm just getting all the arguing in right before we look.
Did we get to hear about the argument that Boneyard and D5000 had about Jamiroquai? And
yes, we did, actually.
Oh, my God.
Didn't we talk about that?
I don't know.
Did I tell you about that? Boaz, how old are you? Do you remember?
I'm 29.
Okay. There was a video. You know what a video is? An MTV?
Yeah, was this the one where they were like walking on the ceiling or the walls or something?
The floor was a... what Dan thought it was a giant omnidirectional
no.
Oh yeah.
Floor
treadmill. Like he thought it was a giant omnidirectional treadmill that was moved on the floor that the guy walked around because you know the stationary camera and the guy walked around, but the floor moved. And of course, they built a room on casters and they moved the room around in a giant warehouse. Obviously, I mean it just. Me and Dan got in this huge argument on the way home from poker one night, the big 420 tournament, and we were all drunk, and Lady B was driving, so she was sober, and she didn't want to hear any of it. And it was a whole thing, and it was a terrible. But
Bernsey thought it was hilarious. He was sober and thought it was hilarious. I was sober and did not think it was hilarious.
She about dropped us off to drive Bernsey home.
Okay, so
come back.
So this guy might have been pretty insightful because if you think about it, the world is really a giant omnidirectional treadmill.
That's true.
Why?
I do have.
He's gonna
so
hear that and be one episode.
D5000 does. Yeah, he doesn't listen to this.
He's too cool. He's a big deal. He parties with Huey Lewis.
Yeah, that's
now.
true.
What would be the first
October? Look at that. You're right. October. My first one, bigger coffers upgrade.
Oh, what?
Upgrade.
Rewind that.
I was right.
No, that's not what
wrong.
you said.
Bigger upgraded gold storage to level 2, earned October 2nd, 2012.
Yeah, and mine says September 27th for bigger coffers.
Oh, I don't know how to look that up.
So it looks like all of mine are.
You don't have a game center.
No,
so you guys started within a few days of each other. It sounds like.
Yep. It's all my accomplishments say the 27th of September.
Well, you called me right away and was like, "Hey, start this game," and then we didn't actually get to play together for a while.
Yeah.
See, I'm a late bloomer because I'm a Android user.
You don't have a game center on there. You might have some.
Okay. I have a Google.
So let's talk about the preview.
I had a couple last things about my little powwow with the people from Reddit Dust.
Yeah. Last time we did that, you were telling a story, and we just never got finished with it for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
please continue.
I try to keep track and bring it back up, but if I can remember.
Okay, so Boaz, why don't you hit us with your story? Finish your story.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I don't think it's too long here. They but yeah. So once we got to know them a little bit, and the other guys in my clan had talked to them in global and stuff. And they're actually really cool people. Because really, whenever you get to know anyone, they always end up being cool, which kind of sucks when you want to hate someone and then they end up being cool.
Well,
but
I don't think so.
And sometimes you could look at it.
Yeah, you just can go ahead and hate them. Because you know what? Fuck them for being nice.
But
that person's happy. Fuck that person. Jesus, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's just what you have to do.
We call Boneyard the ray of sunshine.
Yeah. When you're feeling shitty and somebody's not, fuck that person for not being shitty like you are. You can do that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it brought up a couple interesting points about clans and like the role of leadership versus members. Well, first of all, I just wanted to shout out to especially Sauron21. He was the one who responded when I reached out to them. Very cool guy.
Sauron21. I wonder what he looks like. It was like the big guy gets drunk, like it's a young Sauron. He like totally gets wet. Got like half lidded eye in the morning. Where's that
never
ring?
would have thought about
I lost my ring. Oh, I'm fucking got wasted.
But there's also Pocket Gnome 12, Connor, and Road 88. They were the ones that were all talking to me, and one of them had mentioned that there was actually an argument within the clan. Like there was someone who spoke up against ghosting, and then one of the elders or co-leaders or something was like, "Oh, shut up! Ghosting's fine" or whatever. And so it's interesting, like the power that the leadership has versus the members, and the fact that this ghosting thing has been such a point of contention within a lot of clans. Like, have you guys heard of like the Sky family? Like one of them was one of their members was one of the founders of the League of Clans, someone from like Golden Sky.
I remember you mentioning it.
Yeah, they're like they're one of like the famous clan families. There was like 6 clans or something, and they ended up splitting over the ghosting issue. Like very early in clan wars, there were 6 clans and 3 of them split off to make the Rising family, I think. And they were the ones that didn't want to ghost, and then the ones in the Sky family who stayed there did want to ghost. And so it split like this very famous clan family. It split them in 2 just over this ghosting issue.
Clan Wars has made the game more dramatic. I mean,
yeah,
really.
definitely. We've had definitely people drop out who don't want to war all the time in ours. We've had, it's kind of interesting how some, used to be there was trophy clans and farming clans, and now there's also like war clans in there too.
And with Minnesota Nice, it has been we bumped it up. Everybody, be on top of your shit. We're only doing 2 wars a week.
Yeah, so we can farm.
So that you can farm during the day, okay.
And it helps with the higher levels, because I couldn't donate like that every day.
They start, I couldn't either. And they start, at a certain day, and so they end on a certain day, which works pretty good. I think that works out pretty good too. You don't have to worry about it all the time. But we are, hey, get your town hall inside. So far that's what it's been. Yeah. Don't leave your town hall outside. Make sure to donate. Don't touch the.
Borneo fell asleep.
Don't touch. Yeah, I totally fell asleep and left my town hall outside one day.
Early. We're up at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So when these wars start at goddamn 10 o'clock at night,
cool. I might be in bed.
There's the world's smallest violin playing the world's saddest song.
And you know what? And of course, I left my town hall.
Shut up.
So what? You know what I mean?
Right.
Who cares?
Well, actually, I think that it's an advantage for at least one high-level person to leave their town hall outside, because it encourages people in the other clan to snipe your town hall for the loot. So, like, if they, just do it like 2% on one of the top people, they can get, 450 of each or something, as opposed to actually doing something good for their clan, which would be like 3-starring a lower person for like 300 of each or something. And it's a good way to lure like people who aren't good clanmates, some assholes who are just want the loot and don't want to help out the clan.
Right.
You can lure them into sniping your town hall.
I never thought about that.
No,
we've
because
we've
then
ended
you've got
up
like the people that are just greedy bastards, like sneaking in.
Which we've booted.
Nam-Bok has a couple of guys that are our current clan war. There's a few guys that have just left their town halls outside in the corner. Like it wasn't because they didn't get to it. It's just their town halls their things are built that way.
And I have a tip for everybody. Make sure you pay attention to the loot in your clan castle, because I think I lost out on a bunch of loot because you haven't collected it. Because I didn't collect it, and I went and looked after the last war,
right now.
And it was full.
And so I don't know how much I missed out on, but it totally made a difference, because I was saving up for a wizard tower, or my last wizard tower, and I hit it, and I don't know how much was in there. I don't know what it maxes out at.
Probably 600-800. Yeah,
it's like $1 million for me, but I don't have the third. I have the 30 spot.
I think it's 1.5.
Oh, then
it's probably for 35.
Mine's
and so I
it's 1.5.
I don't 1.5.
Yeah, 1.5. It's
totally bumped me right up. I wasn't even thinking about the loot in that castle after the first couple. Yeah. So I'd pay attention to that.
Yeah.
Good advice, Scotty.
The one war I actually did good in, and got some stars. I only had Clan Castle level 3, which could only hold like 500,000 of each, and I had surpassed that.
Oh, you did, huh?
And
yeah.
I was hit 2 people for 300,000.
Oh wow.
You know, 2 lower level, the lower level people, and I got 3 stars or whatever.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
But you lost
not
out
so much
because you lost out on the.
Well, I could only hold so much of it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
She didn't get it all.
So I didn't get it all.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here going, what?
That's
800,000 gold.
Whatever
you get 4.
I think it was 700,000, and I think I only got 400,000.
Oh,
but
man.
I was like, I earned that. Like I worked really hard. Like I sat and watched these stupid ass replays.
Moral of the story: upgrade your clan castle.
Upgrade your clan castle,
and I did.
make sure you empty.
That was the first thing I started doing. As soon as it started, I'm like, okay, clan castles, and I got it up to 35. Like I immediately did that. That was the only thing I was working for. And then I did my army camp so I could have more troops.
So we're all broke now because Boneyard has a bigger castle. Request. No. No.
Yeah, hey, give me wizards, damn it.
Okay.
I need 19 wizards from just you, Scotty.
All right, so I got a couple shout-outs coming up, and then we should wrap up this episode, and we might as well go on to the next, because we still haven't even talked about the update that's coming up, and that'll be out next week.
All right.
Okay,
do some shout-outs, and then we'll wrap up. We can take another pee break, although Scotty's got to take a pee break in the middle of an episode. Can't even hold it.
These are...
Take a quick smoke, and then we'll come back.
These are some shout-outs, some emails that came in.
All right, what you got?
Greetings from Mankato, Minnesota. Califgian Clan Twit. I think that's... I'll just let Boneyard read it because he's a
Califgian.
Okay. From
Clan Twit.
TWIT. Capital TW.
Right.
So
just go with what you think it might be.
So also Lila from Santa Cruz. I don't know what the Silent Flame from Clan Silent Flame, and it's his daughter's choice. Sorry, I'm just looking through this email. So shout out to them or to him, and then here's one from Kaz. Thought I'd share with you a hilarious new tactic I stooped to using in these clan wars. Okay, so I thought you'd get a kick out of this. I've always been a fan of the motto, if you can't win, cheat. So upon finding out my clan was matched with, frankly, a higher level, stronger clan, I proceeded to join the enemy clan. I'm on about a level 110, and they accepted me right away and donated to all their war bases. Giants. All of them. While I feel my actions were a bit dishonest, you can only imagine how hilarious it was when, for every attack we did, slow lumbering giants crawled out of every single opponent's clan castle.
God, that's good.
Needless to say, my clan clinched the victory by 2 stars and made an enemy all at once.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Moral
love
of
it.
this story:
that
don't
is
let strangers into your clan during
with
the war.
wall breakers.
Yeah, we did that. We did in our very first war. We snuck in a baby duck went in there and
that's what
you fight the guy. And there's a wall breaker coming around. I mean, that was just funny. They are changing that. We'll get to that next episode actually with the updates.
But actually, Scotty, that brings me to something that I know I had mentioned to you guys before. That a good way for people to generate shout outs instead of just like asking for shout outs would be to write emails like that or leave, voicemails or something.
Shout out. I don't know who you are. Tell me a story that's funny.
And in all fairness, there have been emails that have come in that I haven't had it set up for. These guys have internet now, so it's easy to get to them. Which
nice.
Go to hell. I've had internet here for the last 5 months.
The coolest way to do it would be like if you had like a section on the show that was like an advice column kind of thing, and people could write in with questions, like clan etiquette or different.
What was that?
Different. If people were to write in with questions with topics or things like that, or with stuff like that last guy did.
And if anybody wants to write in and ask a question, we'll be happy. And there's actually some coming up too.
You can always tweet us too. I got a couple of tweets to shout out.
But yeah, so get those questions because that'd be awesome, I think.
So yeah, if you want to shout out, contribute to the show, guys. Come on.
This one was this email came in from Wisco464 from Vegan Front, who listens every Friday. He's in Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, that's where I'm from.
We love Madison.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's the center of the world.
And he said, as the Town Hall 7, I really enjoy updates from Lady Boneyard. When you guys talk about your Inferno Towers on level 15 barracks, I get jealous. Trophy push episodes are fun too. My clan did a push around the same time and clawed my way up to Masters League. I could relate to all the frustration vented on the podcast. 7.
That's impressive.
Pushing is a lot of fun, but it's also the worst thing ever, which is
totally true.
Yeah,
totally true.
That is a great description of trophy pushing.
So I can't wait until it's over.
Yeah, and so and because of that really spurred me to do my second account, because then we can talk a little bit about
starting over
and things that we're doing.
You can also recommend to this guy, go back to this thing called episode number 1 and then go to episode number 2, and it'll be a good guide for someone at Town Hall 7.
Maybe.
So,
but the game has changed so much.
Yeah, that's another thing.
A good point.
Scotty and I talked about that off show, but how much of those episodes are relevant anymore? I mean, a lot of the tips and tricks and stuff.
Yeah,
the
people
updates,
probably maybe who would like the podcast quit listening a long time ago because they were listening to old episodes and getting bad advice,
like really bad advice. Because some of that stuff is like opposite of true, and
because the hogs back then didn't go.
They're greatest. Things jump over. They're playing and they're at a certain level, and they have troops that we haven't even discussed because they didn't even exist.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's very true.
Hey, but it's fun. Go back to the library, listen to that shit. It's still a good time. We still talk about the A-Team every single episode, so it's cool.
Scotty and Boneyard are still there. I mean, that hasn't changed. So go check it out, guys.
We're all young.
I came along like halfway through this, episode 26-ish.
So this one is for okay.
Seems about right.
Why don't you? Sorry, 6 months after. No, almost a year. You started in September, I think. So you've been for a year.
I know, but I said I came along at about episode 26-ish. We've just done a lot more episodes in the last so many,
Yeah. Okay, so here,
I'm on top of
this is from, I'm going to let Boneyard say this because, okay.
Good God.
That's Lackridge?
Tackridge.
From Clan Adults.
Tackridge.
From Clan Adults 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 different words. Adults 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've been
Sounds
doing.
like
She says I've been
passwords.
doing an all level. Your name and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She says I've been doing an all level 3 dragon raid for my war attacks, with the exception of my clan castle filled with level 5 hogs, and have been very successful against tough Town Hall 9 and 10 bases. So I think I kind of want to try an all dragon.
Boots has been doing that.
Was just talking about
He's talking about that. You send that. You send the hogs in to get the air defense. That's either. And I didn't ask him, but I thought, would you go in for the air defense that's on the other side of where you start your attack?
They'd probably,
because you
depends if you're going for a 2-star or a 3-star. Like if you think you can 3-star the base, then you want to get the air defenses on all sides. But if you just think you can 2-star the base, then you only need to worry about taking out one side. That's
closest. Yeah, because I've got level 4 drags, and
you could dump those in.
I don't.
You take out you use your boy. You could use. Because that's the other thing is that clan castle troops, defense troops, don't matter with dragons. They're splash damage, and they have hella high shit. You just go in and you just burn them to death.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about drawing them out. You just send those dragons in with raging and healing.
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about that.
And I love watching those dragons do their work. I mean,
it's fun.
They can be annoying though because they can be so stupid. Like the balloons,
Follow
they
the
go
clan
where they're
castle
supposed to go. Yeah,
But
I was using dragons once in a while when I was always using balloons, because like when the expos are down, then it's good to use air troops. But when there's infernos on multi, then they do a lot of damage against the balloons. But if the infernos are on single, then the balloons do better. So if the infernos are on multi, then it's a good time to use dragons. Because the single infernos are what really kills things with high hit points. So if they have the expos down, infernos on multi, they're gonna fuck up your hogs, but it might be good against
and also
dragons.
Remember this: if you're doing an air attack and you're using dragons, watch that clan castle, because if you send that clan castle in and that dragon gets a whiff of those little bastards coming out of there, it'll turn and go, the opposite way. So
Same with the heroes.
So you might be able to.
But you can
so if you drop ground troops, if you drop your clan castle and the king gets,
you could steer your dragons.
You could, it could be totally taken off course.
It's complicated.
Yeah,
but you could steer your dragons using your own ground troops and their heroes or clan troops as a middleman.
Right.
I mean, that could work.
Like that, like you were saying, Boaz, about the inner ring, you might be able to draw the dragons really, really far in fast. If their clan castle's right in the middle, they have that defensive ring, and they start coming out.
Wouldn't you want to... I guess you don't want those guys shooting your dragons down. But wouldn't you want to take out all those defenses?
If they came out and the dragons were right there, they would just go
right in,
and get stuck farther in. So you could, technically, use that as a...
Yeah, you get them into the middle and they could, do a bunch of wrecking.
Yeah.
That would work.
Yeah, dragons would be another good way to get around the anti-hog bases, just because since they don't seek the defenses, then they don't get tricked by the whole ring of non-defenses.
I'm going to do that tonight. I'm just going to do a whole dragon army and just see what happens.
I only have level 1 dragons and I've never used them.
I think mine are only level 2.
Don't use those then.
Yeah. Yeah. Whoa.
Upgrade
level
them.
1.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I didn't
Sorry,
use my
guys.
dragons.
I'm only Town Hall 8 still.
Well, let's wrap
My
this.
shit's not maxed out.
That's right.
Well, you could have level 3 dragons at Town Hall 8.
Well, I could, but I don't because I have other shit. Don't you shame me. I am an adult.
You got any other
I am not a 3-year-old child that just hit my sister.
This one came in.
Shame.
You know what?
There's many people who you're the favorite person on the podcast, so we got to respect that.
So you know what? Let's get an update from you. I'll do this last shout out. We'll go to the next episode, and then you can start talking about where you're at. And
we need to get an update.
I'll do the next episode.
Okay. So this they didn't leave their name. Said some clown from your boy Korg's clan attacked me, so I wiped him out with a hog army featuring the patented ice cream headache.
Nice. What's the guy's name?
He didn't leave his name.
Oh.
So I don't have it. And maybe it's on a different device. So, but yeah, the ice cream headache. I gotta get into using that more against those infernos.
I did actually at one. I just had one because I was thinking about using it, and I never did use it in a war. And I was just out beating some people up. I'm like, I need to get that dark elixir. I'm gonna go for dark elixir and gold, and I used it, and it worked. Kinda. I mean, I didn't use it to your specifications, but
exactly why it didn't work right. Well,
all right. I'm getting a call from my buddy Cody. I got to watch his
Sounded
dogs
like
over
you're
the
getting a call
weekend,
there.
and I got to take a piss like a motherfucker. So we got to quit this episode, and we're going to come back to you in a second here. So, boys, I guess we're going to call you back in a minute. It's probably right.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, from all of us here at ClashClansPodcast.com, get a hold of us at ClashClansPodcast.com or 424-27-CLASH.
What's that?
424-27-CLASH.
What?
I actually didn't hear you.
27-CLASH.
All right.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Or follow us at WBSMT Radio.
At WBSMT Radio on Twitter.
Okay.
For all of us here at WBSMT Radio,
Keep it classic.
Keep it clashy.
Skilly beep 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 skilly.